If you've never really liked beans, this beans recipe would make you like beans. And if you've always liked beans, well, this beans recipe will make you fall in love with beans the more. Let's get started. For this recipe, I used iron beans. There are different types of beans, and some are sweeter than others. This one is pretty okay. Anyway, first thing I did was to pick the beans. After that, I put water on fire. So when this water boils, we'll just put the beans into it. I also put the beans in a bowl and just washed it. So washing the beans doesn't involve any scrubbing of the beans or anything like you would when you want to make akara or moi moi, nothing of that sort. Just kind of rinse it off and take off any other debris on top. At this point, the water had boiled, so I just rinsed off the beans and put it into the pot. This helps the beans cook faster. While the beans is on fire, of course, the next thing to do is to prep. So for this, I'm using yam. You can use potatoes. I don't really like plantains in beans like that, except it is roasted. So for this particular recipe, if you want to enjoy with plantain, then you have to roast the plantain. Use an oven, an air fryer, whatever. So I just cut the yam into bite sizes. I like to put yam in water while I'm cutting, just so that it doesn't turn brown and all of. So for the other ingredients, I just poured them out. That was crayfish. This is Cameroon pepper. This is a little bit of curry powder, some salt, and some seasoning. I know some people do not like to use curry for their beans, but trust me, it's very nice. But you can skip it as well. So here the beans was already cooked as I'd like. So next thing, sieve these and set aside. Now this is where the fun begins. This calls for a lot of oil. This is not the time to be an oil police. Please be generous with your oil. I put in a lot of palm oil into the heated pot. I went in with the onions, about 3/4 of it. Um, and I just let that get hot for just like a minute. Then I went in with the pepper, a bit of crayfish, more like half the crayfish. And I stirred that together. After 2 minutes, I just went in with the sieved beans and yam. So I note that I did not put in any seasonings into that palm oil. Close your eyes for a minute. So right on top of the beans and yam, I go in with all the spices, the remaining crayfish, the remaining chopped onions, and then I mix everything up. This is not the end. You just don't mix it up and let it be. No. So you mix it up and you let this sit on low heat for at least 10 minutes, regardless of the quantity of the beans. For at least 10 minutes, it should sit on fire after you've mixed everything up and like you've tasted and you're sure that the salt and seasonings are okay. Then after that 10 minutes of low heat, do about 3 minutes of high heat. This was it right after the 3 minutes of high heat and 10 minutes of low heat. And then mix everything together. I promise you, this is so good. If you follow these steps judiciously, trust me, you will not cook beans any other way. I only cook beans the regular way when I feel very lazy. But this is very, very, very tasty, tested, trusted. Well, I hope you tried this recipe. I would see you in my next video. Bye. Close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind. What does getting